Okay, so now we're going to take a look at how to do the introductions, all right? And I'm going to go through like 6 different examples of doing an introduction, and it's always the same. All right, so again, when we're doing an introduction, we have to look at a graph and basically write a sentence or 2 sentences talking about what the graph is about. Now up here, you see it says, the graph shows the number of UK commuters traveling each day by car, bus, or train between 1970 and 2030. So up there it gives us some good information about what it's about. Okay, but you can't just repeat that information. You can't just copy that information. All right. Look at what's then. So you want to look at that sentence up there in terms of what it's describing, and look at the other parts of the graph down here. It gives a number of commuters in numbers of millions. We're just looking at other information that we can use to write generally what is this line graph about. This is a line graph. It's also very important that you be more specific in terms of that. So when we're writing an introduction, we're going to write 1 or 2 sentences, but we're going to say it in our own words. Right? We're going to say it in our own words. So you will write an introduction that looks something like this. Right? So this is an example of a sentence that we can write for this. As we can see, the line graph above describes how UK citizens travel using the automobile, bus, and train between the years 1970 to 2030, measured in the millions. All right? So we can see that we're saying the same thing, but we're using some different language. We're using different words, different synonyms. And this is basically what you have to do for an introduction. Okay, you're describing, you're telling me what this information is, but you want to say it in your own words. Understand? You want to say it in your own words. All right, and so this is just an example of how to do that. So, all right, so let's move forward, and we're going to move to doing another example of the introduction. All right, and the way it's going to work is we're going to do several introductions. And then we're going to move and do several of the general overview, and then do several of the specific paragraphs. So you can just see the process of how to do it, and you can really understand. All right? So let's keep